Hello there and welcome. I am Napoleon Hill, and I'm interviewing the devil.
You can address me as your majesty.
All right, your majesty, who are you?
I am everywhere and I am nowhere. I live in every atom, every particle, and in every mind. I am the negative to the positive, the down to the up, the dark to the light. I am gossip. I am greed. I am vanity. I prey on drifters, those with no direction, no purpose. I sow the seeds of doubt and weave the threads of worry. I am the one holding you back. I am the one that comforts you and numbs you. Who am I, you ask? Look in the mirror.
Now, your majesty, there may be drifters, but they have the opportunity to become free thinkers. I believe in each one of us there is a guiding light, a beacon of hope. It is a flame burning in each soul, ready to ignite if given the chance. It resides in the hearts and minds of all individuals awaiting realization. There is potential in all of us.
Outwitting your inner devil.
From drifter to leader.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to day 3. Welcome to the last day here on Outwitting Your Inner Devil. Just so you know, we've got Don Green of the CEO of the Napoleon Hill Foundation, who's coming in. He's going to be live at 3 p.m. Eastern today. But I want to hand it straight over to Mark Joe Speedtree, who's going to take us through the last part of this, how we take control of this, and how we move forward. So I'm going to hand it straight over to you, Mark. I'm really looking forward to this.
Fantastic, Scott. Thank you so much. And welcome back. Welcome back in day 3 of Outwitting Your Inner Devil. And I want to start right from the get-go with a passage from this book, which had been written in 1938, like almost 100 years ago. The whole world is undergoing a change of such stupendous proportion that millions of people have become panicking with worry, doubt, indecision, and fear. 1938, that's what they were talking about. Does it sound like this is exactly what is happening today? Does it sound of what happened 10 years ago? Does it sound of what happened 20 years ago? It seems that this is the same thing which is repeating itself again and again and again. It seems to me that now is a splendid time for those who have come to the crossroad of doubt to endeavor to become acquainted with their other self. What is that other self? It is that leader that we talked about yesterday. And a leader is the non-drifter. The leader is the opposite of the person which are not thinking, which are not going forward into the direction of their want. And today we're going to talk about exactly that. We're going to talk about how would be your life if you would have a definite purpose. How would be your life if you would have a group that would help you to go toward that purpose? And I want to share with you a video before that we get started, which will tell you and you will feel what it is to be with Napoleon Hill Institute. And it's a great honor for me to be here sharing this information with you. So Scott, if you want to share this video with our audience so that they can see what it is to be a coach with Napoleon Hill Institute.
Do you feel it? In the air, the trees, the earth. There is an awakening. A calling, a movement. It is your time. who you are. Join us back to the source.
I will give you the master key with which you may open the door to the attainment of your desires, whatever they may be.
So I came to find that family, that tribe, and I absolutely found it, and I'm just thrilled because it's just the start. The seed's kind of just been sown and it's just sprouted.
It's just a starting point, a spark of something great that's going to impact the world globally. And I'm so grateful to be a part of this event because it's historical. We've had many organizations and institutes before, but it's something different and special about this one.
Everybody was just greeted with such open arms and with such great heart. The event, the things that we did, the activities we did, the meditations and the self-improvement mantras were just fabulous. It's life-altering, truly is.
The energy was high. It was incredible to meet the people that I'd seen on Zoom. And so it's just lived beyond my expectations.
I am in NHI because I believe in serving people and changing millions and billions of lives.
It was more than I anticipated, but beyond what I expected.
I love this material, Think and Grow Rich. I love coaching, and I want to serve people with this information.
And I've been studying Napoleon Hill's Laws of Success. I've listened to the Think and Grow Rich original movie where he comes on and he's, how do you do? You know, I've watched it time and time again. And so to see all of this manifest into this moment, to where we are the first people in over 120 years to have access to Andrew Carnegie's library, in addition to the events and all of the enrichment and the energy, the pure energy and the joy that you see of the people that are here is nothing short of a magnificent romantic fantasy.
If you are considering joining a program where you get to learn how to affect someone else's life, like if that's a calling that you have inside of you, like if you feel that and you want to go out into the world and you want to actually go, I can help you, right? I've been through the trials and tribulations of growing myself and becoming the best version of me, and I'm still working on it every day. If you want that, like if that's a calling that you feel deep inside of who you are, if that's a calling that you feel, there is absolutely no better institution than the Napoleon Hill Institute to help you get to that next level. They are holding the keys to the Pandora's box of possibility, and it is going to be a tremendous journey. And if that is your calling, like if that's what people are after, then this is the exact right place at the exact right time for them to take it to a whole new level.
We are on a mission to transform lives all over the world. We're operating from a heart of service. We're operating from a heart with integrity. And we know that Napoleon Hill's material works.
It works 100% of the time. There's no doubt about that. And myself and Cleona and all of our team have been through being non-successful, being drifters, to being leaders. And all this happened through that material. So today we will invite you to make a decision. To make a decision to leave behind this idea of drifting. And it all goes with that definiteness of purpose. It all goes with that decision. And I was reading some of the comments and people saying, oh, I wish I was there. We wish that you were there too. But don't let it go. Don't let it pass. When there's an offer, when there's an opportunity which is coming, it is the moment to take action. Because if you don't take action, then you're continuing drifting. You're continuing to go into maybe the wrong direction. Or maybe the wind is bringing you to a place where that's not where you want to go. So that definiteness of purpose, that initiative is so key to your success. So we will invite you to do so. We will invite you to make a decision and follow your path. So Scott, if you want to put our slides on, and by the way, we will have Cleona joining us in a little bit. Okay, so she hasn't forget about you. She wants to be here, but she had a previous commitment that she had to take care of. But she's on her way. She's going to be with us in a bit. So when we're talking about definiteness, there's no wavering. There's no you know what? Maybe I'm gonna. There's no such thing. Definiteness, it means this is what I'm gonna do. This is where I'm going. There's no second guessing. There's no B plan. You are going in that direction. And that is the only thing that you have in mind. So be definite in everything you do and never leave unfinished thoughts in the mind. What is an unfinished thought? Is that you're not completing, you're not creating the right picture. And what you have to understand is everything you want, you must first construct in your mind. That is what being definite. And if you leave this unfinished thoughts, if you leave space, that space is going to be filled by something that might not be your choice. Someone else is going to come and is going to feel that for you. Someone else is going to come and is going to give you ideas that maybe are not resonating with you. Maybe they're not aligned with what you want to create. But there's a saying that nature abhors a vacuum, right? Which means that it's whatever space which is created is going to be filled instantly. Nature do not like empty space. It feels it. Like we think that this is empty right now, but it's full of energy. It's full of something that we don't see. There's frequencies there. There's positive and negative energy. And whatever energy that you put yourself into, automatically you start connecting with whatever is filled with that space. So it is essential that you're feeling your mind with that goal, with that vision, with that want of yours. You need to be obsessed about that want. The more obsessed you are with that want, the more that you're starting connecting with like energy. And that's exactly what it says. Be definite in everything you do and never leave unfinished thoughts in the mind. Because if you leave unfinished thought, it would be filled with something which is maybe not aligned with what you want. You decide, okay? From the habit of researching definite decisions on all subjects. So form the habit of reaching definite decisions. So if this is what you want, you got to be definite. This is where I'm going for, and there's no other thing I'm going to see. Napoleon Bonaparte was saying, I see only the objective. The obstacle must give way. Meaning, this is where I'm going for. I'm not letting anything get in between in my thinking. Are we going to have other things coming in between? Absolutely. 100% of the time. There's always something. There's people that's going to come which are not aligned. And maybe they are a residue of past thinking. That's going to be a condition and circumstances that's going to come in between. But those are only obstacles. And they're going to give way if your thought and if your decisions are definite to go after that. Okay? Very, very important that you are going in that direction. Definiteness of purpose. The key to being a non-drifter, or rather, the key to be a leader. is you're definite with your purpose. And a lot of people are asking that questions like, how do I find my purpose? And as a coach, what you're realizing in for the people that would like to be coaches, what you're going to have to find is you're going to have to develop this habit of helping people to define exactly what is it they want. And you can ask 100% of 100 people, and out of the 100 people, 95 will not give you a definite answer on what they want, because they don't have a purpose and they don't understand how to find their purpose. So this is something that we are going to talk about during this call. Finding your purpose. And finding your purpose goes with finding what is it you want. And as you're moving towards that, as you're moving towards your want, your purpose is start to reveal itself. A lot of people are trying to find their purpose. But what you have to understand is the purpose reveals itself to you. And it reveals itself because you're going in the direction of what is it you want. And I'm going to give you an example of what happened to me. I was working in sales. I was working in timeshare, as a matter of fact, which you're going to see if you're continuing with us. We had a call with Diane Nightingale, which is the wife of Earl Nightingale. And she met him at a timeshare resort that Earl owned. And when she was sharing this story, I was like, oh my God, what synchronicity. And the name of the resort where she was working is a resort that I've been working in Mexico, which was called Fisherman's Village. And she was telling that story, and I can't believe it. How is it possible that 8 years later, 8 years after my journey started as a coach, which I've been working in timeshare for 13 years, that I meet a person that I value, Earl Nightingale, which was a mentor of my mentor. I never heard of that story before. But what happened to me while I was working in timeshare is I was always looking to get better, to train my mind, to train my sales skills. And one of the training I did with my late mentor, Bob Proctor, was about discovering what is happening with the mind. So I kept going, and I kept focusing on like developing my mind. And as I was doing this, I just started realizing, oh my God, I love this information. I love this material. What would happen if I could do that, if I could teach that? And as I was continuing studying this, it became obvious to me that this was my purpose. This was my purpose. But the first want was to get better in my sales skills. The first want was to improve my sales, was to take a course, a program, something that's going to help me to be more conscious, more present, more connecting with my clients. And through that, I found my purpose. And that is what is happening. Is that if you're going in the direction of what is it you want, your purpose is going to reveal itself to you. So it's extremely important that you're focusing on the want. I don't know if Cleona is right here, but she's on the way, right?
Yeah, she's on the way, Mark, just so you know.
Fantastic. So as I mentioned about your purpose, I really, truly want you to first start thinking about the things that you want. And it might be a different job. It might be a different career. It might be working online, having a lifestyle, a laptop lifestyle. Maybe this is what you want to do right now. But through focusing and working in the direction of what you want, what you're going to start realizing is that your purpose start showing itself to you. It start revealing itself to you. And I remember my late mentor was talking about that and was mentioning to me, it's just like, you're not finding your purpose. Your purpose is finding you. It's revealing itself to you. And this is such a beautiful and powerful realization. Like, to me, it was a powerful realization. So I truly want you right now, like if we're looking at what is written here, leaders achieve their definiteness of purpose because their thoughts, beliefs, and actions all align with their there's a mistake here, overreaching goal, right? So again, decide what is it you want first. That is the first thing that you need to be doing, okay? Just make sure that you know what you want. Have your thoughts clear and align with the things you want. All your actions, meaning the decisions that you're making, needs to be aligned with your want. So for instance, you would like to be a coach, right? You're here, you see all of those beautiful coaches, you see what we're doing, and then you just, oh my God, I would love to do that. This is something that I know I want. Your actions needs to be aligned. And your decision needs to be aligned with that want. So what I'm doing right now, and you saw that in terms of leaders yesterday, is that all of your decisions need to be aligned with your want. That's what leaders are doing. You're not accepting any other things. You're not, and Cleona was talking about this yesterday when she was mentioning about that house that the bank approved the loan and she could buy it right now, but it's not her want. So she's not settling. That's the word I was looking. This is not part of my vocabulary, so I had a hard time to bring that word back. But you're not settling. You're not accept to settle, because that's not part of your want. This is what you need to be doing. This is what you need to believe in. So if you want to be the coach, and I remember my mentor told me that, is that you don't need the resources and the course. You don't need the money because you haven't made the decision yet. So the money's not going to show up until you make that decision. The moment you make that decision, the money's just going to appear. Just like, come on. You know, I'm very analytical. You might not know that about me, but I was very analytical. I learned to become and to be in touch with that emotional part of me. But before making decisions in the past, I was analyzing everything. Well, but if I do this, and I was calculating everything. But what I've learned from my mentor is he told me, if you're not making that decision, the resources are not going to show up because you haven't made the decision. And the way we are conditioned and programmed is our actions are coming when we have it. So when I'm going to have the money, then I'll make that decision. It doesn't work this way. We've been conditioned this way. We've been programmed to live this way, but it doesn't work this way. You will have the money when you make the decision. And that is the part which is the hardest, especially for someone that was analytical like me. And that might be your case right now. You may be super analytical. We've got a couple of rocket scientists which are collaborating and working with us. They can tell you, and I know Gary's going to write in the chat right now, they can tell you this is the most difficult part for someone which is analytical to believe something like this is if I make the decision, the resources is going to appear. Just like, no. It can be. But yes, my friend, that's how it works. So again, leaders achieve their definiteness of purpose because their thoughts, beliefs, and actions all align with their overreaching goal. So the action, the decision, I believe I'm going to get this. So I'm going to make that decision and I'm going to pay. Where are going to come the resources? I don't know, but I know it's going to come. I know for a fact that it's going to appear. Because I put myself into this energy, into this vibration. And again, it looks all crazy right now. It looks, even for some of you, it's going to sound woo-woo as a thinking. But I've seen this for the past 8 years of being a coach. I've seen this, and I said it to a lot of my clients. I said, the moment that you make that decision, just like magic, and it's not magic, it's a law, the resource is going to appear. A client that was waiting to pay you, all of a sudden pays you out of nothing, out of nowhere. A prospect that says to you 3 months ago is going to do it, all of a sudden does it. Why? Because you changed your frequency, you change the way you're vibrating. So all of a sudden, everything in your surrounding start to create that. Now, what's happening is a lot of people is that they do that first step, they believe it, they feel it, it's happening, and then they start panicking. They go back into default, they go back into their comfort zone. And then things are crumbling again. They go back into their old thinking. But a leader achieves their definiteness of purpose because their thoughts, beliefs, and actions all align with the goal. Wow. This is so powerful. So this is what definiteness of purpose will develop in you, within you. It's going to help you to have concentration of effort. So being laser focused. Regardless if technically, as we experienced yesterday, technically it was not fun. But the concentration of effort keeps you focused, it gives you the ability to provide the service, regardless of condition and circumstances. You're focused into what you do. It's going to help you to have self-reliance. So you're not depending on others. I could have depend right now on our CEO. She's not here. Like, what am I going to do? I need some help. I rely on myself. I have that self-reliance that I can help while that she's taking care of that previous commitment. I can be here and I can give you the service because I rely on myself. That definiteness of purpose, that clarity on what I want will not sway me. The definiteness of purpose will develop personal initiative. And this is all the type of things that we've been teaching for months now. If you've been with us, if you're new to this is something that you will learn by being here. And just by magic, look at this, Cleona just appeared.
You attracted me, Mark. Ask and you shall receive.
That's how it works, right?
That's how it works.
You're not receiving and then after you're asking. This is upside down. You have to stop thinking this way. You've got to ask, you've got to see it, and then it's just showing up just by magic.
Yes. And that's what just happened with us. And I was in the backstage listening to you and some incredible, super, super important points that you just made. And I hope each and every one of you dissect line by line what he just shared with you. Okay. So today was my son's graduation. He's only 4 years old and he's a little pre-K kindergarten graduation day today. And I couldn't miss it. I said, I can't miss this. I may be a little bit late, but I know we have leaders in our organization and they will know what to do. They will take it just like Mark did. He's a leader. He's a leader. I don't have to worry because I know we have leaders that will step up to the plate and take action. Even if they're afraid, a leader will take action in fear. That's a leader, not a drifter. Okay. So Mark when I think of leader, you're one of the first people comes to my mind in our organization, Mark. And I'm so grateful. I was looking at the little kids today. They're sitting, they're graduating. They're so beautiful. You know, I'm a mom of 3. I'm a single mom of 3. And I'm running a very large organization. It's all over the world. We have coaches, we have leadership team, but I figure it out. And people say to me, but Cleona, how do you do that? How do you run a business? You're a single mom of 3 and my kids are small. They're not, self-reliant yet. My youngest is 4. My other son, James, is 5 and my daughter's 8. And I say, you figure it out. If you want something, if you really want something, just like Mark said, you make a decision. I made a decision when God showed me my purpose. Okay, you can call God, universe, infinite intelligence, source, whatever feels good to you, use that term. When God showed me my purpose, I couldn't ignore my calling. I have a responsibility to get Napoleon Hill Institute back into the world. Napoleon wants to express his teachings through us because they work. They changed my life. They transformed my life. They transformed Mark's life. We were drifters. If you met me 10 years ago, you wouldn't recognize me. I was a lost soul, no goals, no purpose, nothing. So what's happening today, even looking at my little son, my little baby, in his little graduation class, and I was watching all the little kids, Mark, and I thought, what's really sad about this is they will not learn this in school. My son's very blessed because he's learning it through us, through me. We play the teachings around the house. I teach him the law. I teach him to watch how he speaks. I teach him to be a leader, and he's very confident. Confidence is so important, folks, for your children. You got to teach them how to speak very well about themselves. You must speak very highly of your children at all times, because it's going into their subconscious mind. Children are being programmed. We were programmed from the age of 2 to 6. Did you know that we were in a state of hypnosis from the age of 2 to 6? this is the truth. From 2 to 6, the subconscious mind is wide open. This is when we receive most of our programming, and it will determine if we become a drifter or a leader, unless something happens in your life, usually an emotional impact of some sort. You lose everything, you've lost maybe a loved one. An emotional impact will bring you on this path usually, and then you can change your programming. So that's what we do as coaches. We're helping people change their subconscious programming to become the leader that they were always meant to be. And I know I'm on a mission. Mark's on a mission. This is not just a company. There's coaching companies out there. I've been around them all. I've seen them all. This company is led by coaches. We know what a coach needs. And not only is it led by coaches, we have the founding father of the personal development industry's material, Napoleon Hill. One of the best-selling books in the world till today, Think and Grow Rich. It's still flying off the shelves, Mark. And so when I left the little school today, I was a little bit emotional, I'll be honest. And I thought, these kids will not get, most of these kids are not going to get it unless people like us step up. We bring this into the schools. We're creating different programs for children, for schools, for corporations. We want to bring this far and wide to the masses.
One of the things that is very important is that's your responsibility to make your children understand this information. So, because they won't be able to learn this on their own. They're not going to learn this in school. So that is our responsibility as a parent to make that change, to make that change of paradigm, to make that change of the way they're thinking, the way they're speaking to their self, having a purpose. I mean, my daughter, she knows now she wants to be a gold medal Olympic winner. I mean, it's clear. And the other day I asked her about it, and her response was so definite. And I said to her, good. That's the only thing I said, because we've been talking about this. And this is something that we're talking on a regular basis. And I promise you, she's going to be a gold medal champion. And
I believe you.
Before she's 18, by the way.
Wow.
She's going to turn 12 in a couple of weeks. And she will be a gold medalist before she's 18. There's no doubt in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So that definiteness of purpose, and that's not me pushing her, huh? Okay? So just want to clarify this. It's coming from her. Why? Because she's been listening to us talking about this information. She's been programmed differently. And she's been hypnotized with information that's helping her to fulfill her dream and her passion. And at the end of the day, this is what we can do for our children.
Yes. And bravo to you for stepping up, making difficult decision, and to study this, to teach this. And the best way to learn this material is actually to teach it. And that's what Napoleon Hill taught us. It's to teach it. And I teach it to my children. My daughter's 8 years old. She corrects me. There's days I will slip up and I will say something. She'll say, Mom, don't say that. I'm like, oh, thank you, darling. Thank you. Thank you, Gracie. So, my daughter, she's aware now. Her awareness, and we'll talk about awareness over this weekend. We're going to have a bonus session, I believe, tomorrow. I would love to bring in the 7 levels of awareness so you understand the 7 levels of awareness. Drifters are living on level 1, 2, maybe 3, and they go up and down. There's 7 levels. And so my children, thank God, I've been hypnotizing them the right way through their speech, how they're thinking, their attitude. What is attitude? Thoughts, feelings, and actions. So we're always adjusting, redirecting our thoughts, and you attract, what is feelings? Feeling is conscious awareness of vibration. And the vibration you're giving off is what you will attract. That's the law of attraction, which is a secondary law. It's not a primary law. Okay? There's a lot of people out there teaching the law of attraction, and they shouldn't be. They should be teaching the truth, right?
That is a fact. And maybe that's the law of attraction that attracted you to this information. But if you are not understanding how it works, if you're not understanding the primary laws, if you're not understanding how to be in control of your attitude, if you're not understanding that definiteness of purpose that we are talking right now, you're not going to be able to attract the way you should be able to attract. So all of this information, it's so working all together. And this is truly what we want you to understand, and we want you to work with us so that you can have it, you can understand it, and you can implement it and apply it and have the life that you're looking for. Because that life is available to everybody without exception if you take the time and if you are applying yourself to learn and to implement.
Yes. And there's two key words I want to bring you back to. One is decision, which Mark spoke about before I came on. Decision comes from the Latin word to cut off, to sever. Now pay attention. To cut off, to sever. What are you severing? What are you cutting off? Excuses and alibis. When you make a decision and you become a powerful decision maker and leader, your mind will go on to the frequency where you will attract the how. The how comes to you through your imagination. It'll come through intuition. It'll just come to you through somebody, somewhere. The idea will fall into your mind. Somebody will say something, but you will not receive the how. To pay attention. This is so important. I wish someone taught me this 20 years ago. Decision is the key that opens the door to the how. Okay? And decision means to cut off all excuses, all alibis, no backdoor strategies, and the how will come to you. This is how I've manifested everything in my life, Mark. Everything. The apartment in New York City I'm sitting in right now. This was a dream of mine, coming from Northern Ireland, poverty, no shoes. The neighbors used to bring us clothes. I used to get so excited about it. I'll even mention her name. Her name was Fiona Donnelly. You know, she just came, and I think about her often, how giving, she would come with her children's clothes in a bag and give them to us because we didn't have. And I wish somebody taught me what we're teaching you. Decision brings you to the how, my friends. Your purpose will find you. And desire, you must have a burning desire for what you want. Not a wish or a want or a hope. Those don't cut it. For a new life, it won't cut it. A wish or want or hope, not good enough, right?
Not good enough. And that's what you've been doing all those years. You hoped, you wish, you ask other people to give you a break, but you never made a definite decision.
Correct.
And that's what's going to help you to create that encounter, and that your purpose is finding you. Again, I want to bring you back to my case, where that I was that was not on my radar. It was not my plan. But through that decision and through going towards the want, I uncover it. It started to appear. And now all of a sudden, I'm having a purpose. I know what I want to do. I want to teach this information to the world. I want to teach it to as many people as possible.
It's our responsibility.
And I help thousands of people. Just sharing this information. Now they have to do it themselves, Because right now we're sharing the information. But if you are not making that decision and if you're not taking action, it's just going to stay as information. Exactly. You're not going to create the results and the potential and develop that potential that you have within you that can be unfolded and you can impact millions of people. What if you are the person that's going to change your country? What if you are that person that's going to impact millions of people? And because you're not making that decision, you are taking that away from all of those people you can serve. It all starts with that decision, my friends. And if you're not making it, well, someone else is making decision for you. Then I can promise you that. And that's not a good feeling. Right? Think about the jobs that you had, that your boss is making decision for you and you don't like those decisions. Well, that's because you're making a decision that you're listening to this. And that's not what you want. And you've been enduring this for years. And you never made that decision for yourself. You know what? I'm going to start my own business. And I'm going to find an organization that's going to support me and it's going to help me and it's going to teach me and show me how to do it. Because that's what Cleona and I did. We found an organization that was going to support us. And now we're in a position that we can support other people. And this is probably, for me, this is the most marvelous work that I've done in my life. And I just absolutely love to share this information.
Me too. This is not work. This is our happy valley. This is our labor of love. We do this every day. We have classes every day. Our clients are getting the best training in the world. And I'm sure many of you, our clients that are on here, would agree with me in the comments. I'm sure I see some of our clients here. This is not just a normal business. This is a movement. I'm going to do this till the day I die, because now it's my responsibility to give to the world what it was given to me so freely. I had to do the work. I had to make difficult decisions, but I did it. My life, it has never been the same. It never will be the same. Why? Because I know the principles. I'm free. Mark is free. If I lost everything tomorrow, that's okay. It's okay. I know the principles. There's 17 principles that Napoleon Hill wrote about, spoke about, shared, and now we're bringing it back. Those principles work by law. When you change your programming, you study these principles, you share it with the masses, you become a very valuable human being on this planet. You will love your life. You will love seeing people transform. There's no greater gift. There's no greater gift in this world than what we're doing and how we see people come in the door, broken, lost, confused, no money. And they come out, they're completely transformed within 3 months. Usually within 3 months is when you see the first transformation. Like, this is what we get. This is the gift of being a coach and teaching Napoleon's material. So I want to share something with you, and this was not planned. It just fell into my mind, so I'm going to follow my intuition, Mark.
Absolutely.
And I'm not doing this to brag. I'm not looking for, attention, but intuitively, I want to share this with you and with the world. If you can just bring us up on full screen here, this is very important. And I haven't really posted about it because I'm not into like showing off or bragging, but I want to brag about Napoleon Hill. I want to brag about the work that he's done. So I received the actual Napoleon Hill Gold Medal Award in April. And it was for spreading the principles and for my humanitarian work, which is not really me. It's our team. It's everybody at the Napoleon Hill Institute. And I was awarded this by the board, and and Don Green in April. And it has the 17 principles. It's a real gold medal, and only a few people have received this in decades. And it says Cleona O'Hara Humanitarian Award for carrying the legacy to the world. And I'll take a picture and send it out to you all. I'm not sharing that. I'm sharing it because I didn't do this. I got this award because of our coaches. I got this award because our coaches, our founding coaches, joined us when we started the Institute. I got this award because of Mark, because of Scott, because of our team, Chris, and you'll meet the whole team this weekend. This means to me, I have to live up to this award. I'm just getting started. I'm looking for leaders. We are looking for leaders at the Napoleon Hill Institute. We're looking for people that want to study this material. We will mentor you. We will teach you how to run a training, coaching, and speaking business. We will give you everything you need to be successful because that's what we did. We know how to do it. We're going to give you everything you need to be successful. So I'm looking for leaders. We're going to give you an opportunity to step up. If you feel a calling that you want to join us, and I'm going to show you a picture of our event in April. We had an event in April, over 100 coaches.
World class.
World class. And it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. It was our founding coaches, and some of them are on here right now. We're in this together. We're a movement. We believe in what we teach. We want to change lives in a big way. Our goal is to impact billions of lives. It's not to just have a little coaching business, make some money, and have a little business. No, we're talking global. We're talking, let's change the world together. And we're like a family. I love what we do. I love what we do. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures from the event. If Scott, can you help me bring up my screen? Let's see here. Okay, so this actually is your homework. I don't want to share that yet. Let me share something else.
We're already on the homework. No.
No homework. I want to show pictures. So I have a beautiful picture here. Most people don't know we did this. So I want to share my screen. It's on my screen. And there it is. There we go. Okay, can you see that, everyone?
Yes.
What can you see? Okay, there we go. Beautiful. So this is a picture of me and two of our amazing, beautiful founding coaches in April. I get a little emotional even in talking about it, so forgive me. We were standing inside Andrew Carnegie's mansion. We were standing in Andrew Carnegie's library in New York City. We were the first people allowed into his private library. We were the first people allowed to meet in there. And what did we do? Andrew Carnegie sent Napoleon Hill out to write the book, Think and Grow Rich, and gather this formula, this philosophy of success. But he died before the book was published in 1937. We, at the Napoleon Hill Institute, and it all was divine. It wasn't us. We were guided. We were supported. We brought the book back to the Andrew Carnegie's library. And in this room, this is the room where Napoleon Hill sat in front of Andrew Carnegie, and he gave him the assignment. Andrew Carnegie had a stopwatch under the table, and he was giving him 60 seconds or less to make a decision if he would take on this project of meeting hundreds of successful people at the time and gathering the thread of success, the philosophy. And he did it, I believe, within 29 seconds. Napoleon said yes. He said, you may not get paid. For many years, he said, I don't care. And he did it anyways. We brought the book back to Andrew Carnegie's library, to the room where the assignment was given. And I wanted to share that with you because we're changing, we're making history, and we're bringing this back in a big way. And so I want to share with you another beautiful picture.
And by the way, while you are looking at the picture and finding the picture, you have to understand that nobody have had events in that office. That was the first time that it happened. And we had an historian there that was blown away. The historian himself, which knows New York inside out, was blown away by us being able to do an event like that in that library of Andrew Carnegie. So it was a very special moment. And somehow there was guidance there. That was energy. We could feel that there was something special going on into this special office. And I believe that it was not a project. I believe it was a mission that has been given to Napoleon Hill. And that's why he had only 60 seconds. Because if the person is not definite in their decision, that's not the right person for the mission. So you got to make decision quick and not change your mind. This is what you want. Yes, I want to get this mission, and I'm gonna make it through. And it took him, well, it took him a long time. It took him 27 years to put this book together. And that was different, multiple failures. But what you have to understand, that he's mentioning, they are temporary defeat. They're not failures. They are temporary defeat. It's not fatal, like we say in Spanish.
Yes.
Is you can't get out of it. You just have to get what's the lesson in there, and then you get moving.
Yes. In that picture of me, Hande, and Maria standing at the front of the fireplace, you could feel the energy. We're being guided. This is not by accident. This is not about me. It's not about Mark. We're just being used. We're being used. I believe that. I don't care if you don't believe that. I know it. I know it. When you have a greater purpose that came out of nowhere and you're driven every day, there's a fire in your belly, you know it's not. The word desire comes from desir, of the Father. When you have a desire for something, it's coming from something greater than you, of the Father, of God, of the universe. You're being guided. This picture right here was at our event in April when the founding coaches came together. You can see me and Mark and Don Green on the stage with Lefford, Fatima. This is our family. These are our people. They're on the mission with us. Mm-hmm. These are our coaches that we celebrated. How was it there, Mark? If you could describe.
It was epic. It was epic. We have been when I talked about it a little bit earlier, and there was people that says, "Oh, I wish I was there." It was so special because one of the things that Cleona and I met into an event like this.
Yes.
And there's always a very special energy. But with this, it was the first one after the few years that we just passed, which was a little bizarre in the past few years. And being able to live this again and meeting your brothers and sisters and meeting people with whom that you've shared those experiences so many times. It was very, very special. And we're just getting started.
And we're just getting started.
We are working on something right now, an event like this in the upcoming months. So to me, there's nothing better than meeting in person and really seeing people face to face and eye to eye, and seeing that we share the same desire of sharing this information and getting better and improving the world. This mission, to me, there's nothing better than that.
Yes, this is what it's all about, my friends. This is what it's all about. So we're going to send out your assignment for today, okay? And it's all on decision making and being a leader. I'm going to bring up here slide 1 so you can take a look at it. So it's all about decision. Remember where the word decision comes from, to cut off from, and initiative, which is one of the first steps of being a leader. A leader takes initiative. They don't sit around and wait to be told what to do. They go figure it out. They find a way. They're not victims. They're not drifters. Okay? So you're going to read this article here. You're going to study decision, initiative, and learn about procrastination, which is the biggest habit of a drifter. And then there's some work for you to do. So we'll send that out to all of you. Please complete it. Put it in the Facebook group. Okay? So this is the assignment for today. And I was given it a lot of thought, Mark. We received a lot of messages. We received a lot of emails, Facebook posts. I'm getting messages every day. People are asking, how do we join? How do we join this movement? So we decided to put something very special together for all of you and to make it very simple. So I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to tell you how you can join us. And if there's somebody invited you to this event, they're one of our coaches, one of our ambassadors, make sure you get in touch with them. If you want to join us to be mentored by me and Mark and our team, there's an opportunity for you to be mentored by us. But if you feel a calling, your divine purpose, which is to bring this material to the masses with us as a movement, then come and join us and become a Napoleon Hill Institute certified coach. Okay, this is what we put together for you today. We're going to send this link out to you so you can read all the details, but this is what we're giving you. And no one's doing this on the market. I know for a fact they're not doing what we're doing. And I made a commitment at the founding event, and I will live by my word, that if you become a coach with us, you will not need to go outside of the Institute to get further training. We're going to give you everything you need. And also, I gave my word that we will bring clients to our coaches. One of the biggest problems as a coach was always, how do I get clients? We're going to bring you clients. We're working on that. We'll even coach your clients for you until you're ready. Like, we have set you up to win. So this is what we're offering, this opportunity to act now. If you enroll today, this is what we're giving to our 48-hour action takers, decision makers, leaders. So what you will get is a Napoleon Hill Institute global world-class coaching certification. We are the only organization in the world that has the rights to certify you with Napoleon Hill's material. Okay. You'll also get Think and Grow Rich coaching and mentorship from us included. A one-time complimentary annual black tie event. That's some of the pictures that you saw. We had a beautiful black tie event. You're going to get public speaking training from the best speakers in the world. You're going to learn about a new technology. It's an advanced auto-suggestion technology. We're going to teach you how to help your clients and yourself change your programming quickly. This idea came to my mind several months ago, and this is what we've implemented. You're going to get world-class marketing training, technology training, tech spoken simple. You're going to get what's called the gold standard personal image training. We have an amazing man called Tommy Collier that we used to work with. He was the creative director for Bob Proctor. He is going to teach you how to have the gold standard when you're presenting. If you want to teach like this, we're going to teach you how to do it all. And then you're also going to have all of these amazing added on services, the white glove service. You're going to have a daily study call that you can attend every day for 1 hour. We meet every day and we study together. Okay, so these are some of the bonuses. For those that make a decision within 48 hours, this is for you. You're my kind of people. You're our leaders. You're the kind of people we want to work with. So bonus number 1, this is only until June 23rd, is the Skill Builder Boot Camp. And Fatima Mozal is one of the best trained women in the world, one of the best in the industry. And she usually charges $40,000 just for that training alone. You're going to have that included as a bonus. Bonus number 2, you're going to have 3 months complimentary access to our higher learning program called the Lion's Den. The Lion's Den is dear to my heart. You're going to learn from me, from Mark, from Dan Matthews, Scott Edwards, and our leadership team. You're going to study with us what Bob Proctor, Napoleon Hill, and Earl Nightingale studied. You're going to study what they studied with us. And you're going to get it for 3 months, all included, which is around over $11,000 value alone. You're going to get the self-confidence camp, which I created many months ago. And it's a wonderful program. You're going to get that included as well. You're going to have private communities across different platforms. You're going to have access to Napoleon Hill's unreleased materials. You will be able to come to visit the actual archives with us in person. You will be able to hold his transcripts, his manuscripts, his personal items when we go visit. You're going to have that invitation to come visit the Napoleon Hill headquarters with us as well. And then we're going to have more surprise gifts and much, much more included. And so for the 48 hours, the bonuses are for the action takers. We have 2 other bonuses for you. One is called the $1 Million Roundtable Mastermind. We're going to work closely. Our leaders will get into the mastermind with you. We're going to help you directly. You're also going to get the identity makeover. We're going to help you with your self-image and tell you the truth. We're going to help you with one of the most important lessons in my life was self-image.
Mm-hmm.
It changed everything. If you don't have the right image, it's not going to work. And so
based on that, Fiona, if you allow me, you cannot outperform your self-image. Now, let me repeat that. You cannot outperform your self-image. If your self-image, the image that you have of yourself is to earn $50,000, you cannot earn $51,000. It's impossible because your self-image is locking you at 50. So through this program, and I don't know if you saw the value, it's over $200,000 of value in this program if you take action in the next 48 hours. So it is extremely important that you're looking into this and you see the value and see what will change in your life. But that self-image alone is worth every penny you're going to invest.
Yes.
Because your income will increase drastically. If you elevate your income at $100,000, you're going to earn $100,000. If you elevate your income at $1 million, you're going to earn $1 million. That's how it works. Very simple.
Yes. And most important for me, which is dear to my heart, is that you will become a Napoleon Hill Institute global world-class coach. You will be certified by us. You'll be trained by us, the best in the business. The Napoleon Hill Institute and the foundation work side by side. We're partners. They help us. They support us. They give our clients everything they need to be successful. So I'm looking for leaders. If you're a leader, you want to have a coaching business and work with us, get in touch with whoever invited you here, or we'll be sending out links that you can join us. I'm going to work all weekend. I'm actually going to be taking calls. I want to meet you. I want to meet some of you that want to join us. I told the team, put me on the calendar. I want to meet these people. They're like, Cleona, I said, I don't care. This is my definiteness of purpose. And the more people that I can get and the more coaches and leaders we can create, I know we can do it. I know we can hit our goal. I know it. This is not by accident. So get in touch with us. If you don't want to be a coach, that's okay. Come study with us. We'll mentor you in your line of business, whatever it is that you do, we will mentor you.
By the way, if you want to do this in Spanish, we have a Spanish division, which we are still into the development of the program in Spanish, but right now you would have the advantage of getting as a founding member in the Spanish community. So I know that there's some of our Spanish coaches right now which are here, which they invited you to come here. That is your moment to take advantage of that offer and then become a founding member as a Spanish coach.
Yes. And I don't speak Spanish yet, but I told Mark, because we're bringing in so many Spanish coaches, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to learn Spanish. So that's my commitment. I will learn Spanish because we have to bring this to the masses. We have to do it.
And as well, Fatima, she's doing it in Arabic. So what we're doing is we truly are a worldwide organization.
Yes.
Right now, this is an event in English. I see there's someone which has writing right now into the Facebook group talking, which seems to be, I don't know, I don't want to make a mistake, but there's different languages, and this is what we will do. Okay, we are going worldwide, so we will have those programs into different language. Right now, the offer is for English. For our Spanish community, get in touch with the person that invited you, but it is by far the best decision that I've made. Like, I don't want to say that you will make, but I know that this is the best decision I've made in my life. And if you will talk to my wife, which, by the way, I didn't talk to her, I didn't speak to her when I made that decision, because I knew that she's going to tell me no. I knew that she's going to say, look, we don't have enough money. I knew that she's going to go back into her default mode. But if you're asking her right now, she will tell you this was the best decision after being with me that Mark have made. I can tell you that with all, like, without blinking.
Yes.
That's what she would say.
Yes. This is the best decision I've ever made in my life. I didn't, have any degrees. I didn't finish school. I was a school dropout. I admit it. And in my 20s, I was a professional drifter, and I was sick and tired of being a nobody. And, I thought I don't have education. I actually thought I wanted to be a psychiatrist because I loved helping people. I loved the mind. I thought I was going to be a psychiatrist or a psychologist. And when I found out how many years it was going to take and how much it was going to cost to go back to college or go to college, I didn't even go to college. I said, there has to be a better way. And that's when I attracted the opportunity to start my own coaching business. And here I am a couple of years later. My God, look how my life has changed. Look how your life has changed. And I remember when I was making my decision to become a coach, I was scared. I asked my husband at the time, we're not married anymore, but I remember asking him about it for the investment, and he did not support me. And I said, you know what? You either support me or you don't. I'm doing it anyways. This is my calling. This is my divine purpose. And after I made the decision, I earned 6 figures within
So you started earning more than him, right?
He was a doctor. I was earning more than him in the first year. And then he became a believer. Then he started studying this and getting into it. That's exactly what happened. And it's not even about the money, Mark. The money. I love nice things. I'll always have 5-star vacations. That's just me. It's the psychic income. it's that feeling of service. Oh my God, we're changing lives. For me, that is the greatest reward on earth.
And the psychic income that Cleona is talking about right now, this is the satisfaction. This is what makes this is where the purpose is.
Yes.
It's not about earning money. I'm just saying, you know, I love to have good things and I live really, really well. But the psychic income, that satisfaction of waking up in the morning and knowing exactly what you're going to do because you have clarity of mind and you have clarity on your purpose, that there's no price for that. And that income is really powerful. And then because you have that income, the material income comes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Then you attract the financial income. So for me, this is much bigger than, you know, just having a business. You could have any business. This is the best business in the world, in my opinion. To see transformations within 90 days, to see people transform before your eyes from drifter to leader, from fear to faith in 90 days. They have a purpose. They're growing. That for me, that's the greatest reward of this business. It's the greatest, greatest reward. So I want to invite all of you to come join us. I'm not going to hide it. I'm going to tell the truth. Come join us. There's something for all of you. Get in touch with who invited you here. Come join us. Tomorrow we're going to do a Q&A. So let's say you have more questions. Get on the Q&A with us. I'm working all weekend. I'm going to take phone calls. I look forward to meeting you. Come join us. Let's create this movement that's already created. Join the movement with us. Let's change lives. Change your own life. Let's do it together.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm so honored to have shared this information with you. Again, we're going to be here all weekend. We're going to be continuing sharing with you. Tomorrow, we're going to have Mario and Chris, which is going to be doing the call with you. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Two of our leaders, which I love both of those guys. And you're going to do too. And they're going to answer all of your questions. So make sure that you're connecting again tomorrow and that you're getting in touch with the person that invited you. That goes with everything we talked about. If you want to move from a drifter to a leader, if you want to have purpose, you have to take action. You have to take action right here, right now. Do not wait, because I know that your mind is telling you, you know what, I'm going to do this next week on Monday, or maybe Wednesday, it's going to be better. You have that little voice inside of you, which is starting like to talk. Don't let that voice take control. Right, Chris?
That's right.
Hey, Chris.
How are you guys?
Amazing.
Spectacular.
Good. No, you guys did a great job. I mean, I can't stress enough the importance, like for people. Look, I've been in this industry now for 13 years, and I got in this by accident, right? I didn't get into this with the intention of getting into this industry. 13 years ago, I was looking to just change my life. I had some goals. Truth is, I didn't really have goals. I needed to get clear on what I really wanted. And, through that transformation, I really started to understand the power of what this material can do. So, I would stress that everybody continue your study, continue your journey. I do believe that everybody needs help. Everybody needs direction. And, look forward to meeting all of you guys on the call. This will actually be done in Zoom. So you guys will be able to ask your questions, and Mario and myself will be able to help you tomorrow.
So what time's the call tomorrow? Everybody's asking.
Noon Eastern. So noon, same time.
So noon Eastern, we're all getting on Zoom. We want to meet you. You can come ask questions. And did you put me on the calendar so I can take calls?
You're on the calendar.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So good. Okay. So let's take action. Let's be leaders. Tap into what your soul wants. Your soul always guides you. Don't cheat on your soul. I always say that. Your soul is always guiding you, and your desire is coming from above. It's not by accident, okay? So thank you so much, Mark. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I'm so grateful. I'm so humbled. And I look forward to working with all of you.
It's an honor. Thank you. And we'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Do you feel it? In the air, the trees, the earth. There is an awakening, a calling, a movement. It is your time. Remember who you are. Join us back to the source.
I will give you the master key with which you may open the door to the attainment of your desires, whatever they may be.
So I came to find that family, that tribe, and I absolutely found it. And I'm just thrilled because it's just the start. The seed's kind of just been sown and it's just sprouted.
It's just a starting point, a spark of something great that's going to impact the world globally. And I'm so grateful to be a part of this event because it's historical. We've had many organizations and institutes before, but it's something different and special about this one.
Everybody was just greeted with such open arms and with such great heart. The event, the things that we did, the activities we did, the meditations, and the self-improvement mantras were just fabulous. It's life-altering, truly is.
The energy was high. It was incredible to meet the people that I'd seen on Zoom. And so it's just lived beyond my expectations.
I am in NHI because I believe in serving people and changing millions and billions of lives.
It was more than I anticipated, but beyond what I expected.
I love this material, Think and Grow Rich. I love coaching, and I want to serve people with this information.
And I've been studying Napoleon Hill's Laws of Success. I've listened to the Think and Grow Rich original movie where he comes on and he's, how do you do? You know, I've watched it time and time again. And so to see all of this manifest into this moment, to where we are the first people in over 120 years to have access to Andrew Carnegie's library, in addition to the events and all the enrichment and the energy, the pure energy and the joy that you see of the people that are here is nothing short of a magnificent romantic fantasy.
If you are considering joining a program where you get to learn how to affect someone else's life, like if that's a calling that you have inside of you, like if you feel that and you want to go out into the world and you want to actually go, I can help you, right? I've been through the trials and tribulations of growing myself and becoming the best version of me, and I'm still working on it every day. If you want that, like if that's a calling that you feel deep inside of who you are, if that's a calling that you feel, there is absolutely no better institution than the Napoleon Hill Institute to help you get to that next level. They are holding the keys to the Pandora's box of possibility, and it is going to be a tremendous journey. And if that is your calling, like if that's what people are after, then this is the exact right place at the exact right time for them to take it to a whole new level.
We are on a mission to transform lives all over the world. We're operating from a heart of service. We're operating from a heart with integrity. And we know that Napoleon Hill's material works.